Alright, let's dive deep into this latest NBA update. And it all revolves around Jonathan Kuminga's contract situation, which is creating a major bottleneck for the Golden State Warriors offseason. Moves: the team's ability to sign new players is essentially on pause until Kuminga's deal is sorted out. And that's because the money they allocate to him affects how much cap space is left for the rest of the roster. This is a classic example of how one player's contract can ripple through a team's entire free agency strategy, especially when dealing with restricted free agents like Kuminga, who carries some unique trade and contract restrictions. Reports from trusted sources suggest that Al Horford and Anthony Melton are both expected to join the Warriors soon. These are not just rumors floating around. Teams involved in the NBA Summer League have indicated that verbal agreements are already in place between these two players and Golden State. The catch: everything depends on how the Kuminga contract shakes out. Until that's settled, the Warriors can't officially ink these deals or move forward with other signings. For Warriors fans, this might feel like waiting on a knife's edge because these players could really impact the team's depth and rotation. Let's talk about what Horford and Melton bring to the table and how they might fit into the Warriors lineup. Al Horford, a veteran big man, would slot in as the starting center. At his stage in the career, he's no longer the athletic beast he once was, but his experience, basketball IQ, and defensive presence are invaluable. He has made an enormous amount of money throughout his career, well over $180 million, so his motivation at this point seems more about the love of the game and contributing to a potential championship contender rather than chasing the highest paycheck. He likely would come in on a veteran minimum deal or close to that, which is a steal for the Warriors considering the stability and leadership he provides inside. Anthony Melton is an interesting case as well. The two-guard position has been a revolving door for the Warriors since he tore his ACL last season. Before that injury, he was a reliable contributor, known for his defensive tenacity and solid playmaking skills. Melton was traded to the Brooklyn Nets for Dennis Schroeder in a move that didn't quite pan out as expected. And then he was sent to the Pistons as part of the bigger trade package for Jimmy Butler. Now, with Melton potentially coming back to Golden State, there's a chance to stabilize the backcourt depth, especially if he can fully recover from his injury and return to form. While it's uncertain if he'll be a starter right away or take on more of a backup role, his familiarity with the system and versatility make him a valuable piece. If we put together a hypothetical starting five with these signings, it could look something like this: Steph Curry leading the backcourt, Jimmy Butler providing his elite two-way presence, Draymond Green anchoring the defense and facilitating the offense, Anthony Melton handling the shooting guard spot or coming off the bench, and Al Horford manning the center position. It's an intriguing mix of experience, defensive prowess, and shooting ability. The question, of course, is whether this group can gel quickly enough to make a serious championship push. Horford isn't the type to come off the bench much. He's expected to be the primary backup center, with Kevin Looney and younger players like Quinndary Weatherspoon filling in the rotation behind him. Meanwhile, the backcourt will have some interesting options with Melton, Jordan Poole, and emerging young talent like Moses Moody potentially battling for minutes. Now, the crux of the matter lies in Kuminga's contract demands. He's reportedly aiming for around $30 million per year, but the Warriors are only willing to offer about $20 million. The complexity here is that as a restricted free agent, Kuminga can only be traded for half of his contract value during a certain window. For example, if the Warriors sign him for $30 million, he can only be traded for $15 million until December, when the full trade value kicks in. If signed for $20 million, the trade value halves to $10 million during that period. This severely limits Golden State's flexibility in maneuvering trades involving him early on. Adding to the complexity, Kuminga also has the $7.9 million qualifying offer on the table. If he chooses to accept that, he'll become an unrestricted free agent next year, free to sign with any team without restrictions. This puts the Warriors in a tricky spot. They have to weigh the risk of losing him in free agency against locking him into a deal that restricts their roster moves now. It's a delicate balance between salary cap management, player loyalty, and competitive timing. Another name that surfaced in connection with the Warriors is Malcolm Brogdon, a former sixth man of the year who has been holding out in free agency despite several teams showing interest. Brogdon's name hasn't come up much in recent Warriors discussions, but there's good reason to reconsider him. At 6 feet 4 inches, Brogdon is a taller point guard who could fill the backup role behind Steph Curry. Currently, Jordan Poole plays many minutes as a combo guard alongside Curry. But the Warriors lack a true backup point guard who can run the offense in relief. Brogdon's experience, shooting, and defense could be exactly what Golden State needs to shore up that position. Brogdon has spent recent seasons on teams that struggled, like Portland and Washington. So a move to the Warriors would represent a chance to join a legitimate contender. He's in his early 30s, perhaps nearing the tail end of his prime. But his ability to contribute efficiently in multiple facets of the game remains strong. The Warriors system is known for guards who rebound well. And while Brogdon isn't a huge rebounder himself, the team style could help him contribute more in that area than usual. The Warriors also have a couple of young guards like Patrick Baldwin Jr., who is seen as a potential two-way player, able to step in if injuries occur. Baldwin showed flashes in the summer league, but is still very much developing. His shooting percentages fluctuate, and his health is a concern, as he hasn't managed to stay fully healthy for a full season yet. Still, having a player like him on a rookie contract adds cheap depth and flexibility. Financially, the Warriors are in a tight spot. The bulk of their payroll, roughly 80%, is tied up in the contracts of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. This leaves limited room to maneuver in free agency, with only the taxpayer mid-level exception and veteran minimums to work with. These exceptions allow the team to add a few role players here and there, but don't offer much wiggle room for major signings. In this context, Horford and Melton likely come on deals close to veteran minimums, while Brogdon would be the candidate for the mid-level taxpayer exception. Horford, despite his age, remains a valuable veteran presence, while Melton, coming off an ACL injury, might command a reduced salary compared to his previous contracts. Brogdon, having earned over $130 million in his career, is probably weighing whether to chase a big payday or prioritize playing on a contender. There are also whispers about potential sign and trade deals involving Kuminga, possibly with Andre Owens coming in as part of the package. Owens is a young player who could help balance salaries in such a trade scenario, since Kuminga's trade value is limited until December. Including another player like Owens, who earns around $7 million, might make a deal more viable. However, the intricacies of NBA salary cap rules, including first and second apron limits, complicate these possibilities. Right now, the Warriors are caught in a kind of financial limbo. They reportedly have about $24 million in cap space before reaching the first apron, the first luxury tax threshold. If Kuminga signs for $20 million per year, that space shrinks dramatically, leaving only room for $1 million for other moves. Should Kuminga command $30 million annually, the team would be left with almost no room at all for additional signings. Without hitting the second apron, a much harsher tax penalty. Ultimately, the entire offseason strategy hinges on Kuminga's decision. His contract affects how much Golden State can pay other players, who those players might be, and the overall construction of the roster. For fans, the question remains, are you excited about the potential additions of Horford and Melton? Does Melton coming back after a serious injury give the team enough depth? And if Kuminga stays put, will a player like Brogdon be the missing piece at backup point guard? There are so many moving parts, and with the free agent market drying up, the Warriors have to navigate carefully to build a team that can compete at the highest level. Every dollar and every roster spot matters, and the next few weeks will be critical in determining how the championship chase shapes up for Golden State. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. In a move that has sent shockwaves across the entire basketball community in the United States, rumors are swirling that Domantas Sabonis, one of the most dominant and versatile big men in the NBA, is on the verge of signing a blockbuster 4-year deal with the Golden State Warriors. While nothing has been officially confirmed yet, insiders close to the negotiations suggest that this could be one of the most impactful signings of the offseason, potentially reshaping the balance of power in the Western Conference. Sabonis, known for his relentless rebounding, playmaking ability, and scoring touch in the paint, has long been considered a franchise cornerstone by his previous teams. His presence on the court is a game changer, and the possibility of him joining a Warriors squad that thrives on ball movement, sharpshooting, and unselfish play is stirring a great deal of excitement and speculation among fans and analysts alike. The Warriors, who have been searching for that extra inside presence to complement their star backcourt, might have found the perfect fit in Sabonis, who could bring both toughness and versatility to their front court. The buzz around the league suggests that Golden State is prepared to offer Sabonis a lucrative 4-year contract, signaling their commitment to building a championship-contending roster around their core stars. This potential signing could fill a glaring hole in their interior defense and rebounding, areas that have been scrutinized heavily in recent seasons. Moreover, Sabonis' ability to stretch the floor with his improved mid-range shot and his knack for finding teammates with precise passes fits perfectly with the Warriors' offensive philosophy. Under coach Steve Kerr. Of course, with rumors like this, there's always room for skepticism. The NBA offseason is full of swirling reports and shifting possibilities, but the speculation around Sabonis and the Warriors has gained considerable traction. Some insiders indicate that talks are progressing positively and that both parties see this as a mutually beneficial union. Sabonis, eager to compete for a title and play in a system that maximizes his unique skill set, may find the Warriors' culture and championship pedigree irresistible. Should this deal come to fruition, the Warriors' front court would immediately transform into one of the most formidable units in the league. Pairing Sabonis with the likes of Draymond Green and Kevin Looney, this combination could provide the perfect blend of scoring, defense, and playmaking while allowing Golden State's shooters to operate with more space and freedom. It's easy to imagine how Sabonis' presence could elevate the team's overall dynamics, potentially propelling them back into championship contention after some recent ups and downs. While nothing is official yet, the whispers growing louder around Sabonis and the Warriors are creating an electrifying atmosphere among NBA fans eager to see how this story unfolds. Will Domantas Sabonis truly become the missing piece Golden State has been chasing? Only time will tell, but the possibility alone is enough to spark intense debate and excitement throughout the league. Keep your eyes peeled. This rumor could become one of the biggest headlines of the NBA offseason. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.